Freerk.
All right. Thank you, Jan. Congratulations again with your 10th anniversary. Hello, everybody, or almost everybody, because, man, being here after lunch on the last day of the Ecosummit, you want to hear good news, right? Because an event like this is about sharing the good news and the progress and the excitement. Maybe I got bad news today. You might, it's a green one, yeah. Are we going? Green one. The bad news, the clicker is not working. It is. Okay, for those of you who don't know, we're Rockstart. Rockstart is, I guess, one of the most experienced accelerator companies in Europe. We've been doing accelerator programs across different themes for 7 years now, done a lot, reached a lot. So you might think we're happy. Yeah, we're happy. But we also learn by doing, as a startup should. And I'm afraid I have to share some bad news first. The accelerator is dead. Isn't that sad? Really? Well, yes, accelerators, the accelerator model is dead, we think. Because have a look at it. For startups, what happens to many startups that go through an accelerator? They get help to arrive in the middle of the valley of death, and then the accelerator guys go to see the next startups. So many startups find themselves getting good help to arrive somewhere in the valley of death, and then what happens next? How do they get help to really get through? Then for investors, if you've got some money on the bank that you want to invest, right? Then it's fun to help a small plant grow, but is it a good return on your time and money and effort? You want to do big stuff, right? You want to see it grow big in the desert. So for investors, For corporates, well, for corporates working with startups, you might think, yeah, that's fun. And it's collaborating might be peanuts. Forgive me the pun. But actually, what you see is that getting meaningful collaboration between startups and corporates through accelerator programs, it rarely works. So, unfortunately, my dear friends, my dear Jan, sorry for bringing sad news to your 10th anniversary. The accelerator is dead. Really? Really? You might imagine that we don't let that happen as Rockstart. We can't do that. So we were afraid this was going to happen. We saw it coming. So what we did, we started to experiment. We started to find a new way. And we imagined if you would set up an investment fund that would run accelerators with part of their money. An accelerator fund that would run accelerator programs and spend a quarter of its fund capital to run these programs. And the rest of that money to be spent on co-investment in the startups that come out and help them, the startups, beyond acceleration, finding the right investors, working with those investors, and using that whole ecosystem and that wisdom and that knowledge for a long stretch of time through the whole valley of death. Then you would go through the valley of death with good equipment and a good fuel tank, right? Then, as an investor, you could safely and comfortably go down into the valley of death for your startups and come back safely, right? Much better. And for the corporate guys, you'd be more like a cowboy. With other cowboys, you could see which of the cattle is the best one for you to work with, and choose it, and then tame it and get it into your array. So we think if you do this, then you get a value proposition which gives good-fueled rockets that go to reach impact for the world that we need. Everyone has said so. We need this to happen. And it's a good proposition for investors because it creates good deal flow, better deal flow, and a good return on investment. It's great for the corporate guys, the industry guys, to be involved, for the exposure you have to tech and entrepreneurs in an early stage, in a safe way. And combine that in a venture fund, 20 million in size, that would run accelerator programs, create a good return on investment, is an attractive proposition, we think, not just for the startups, because they would love it, I'm sure, but also for the investors. So we're talking to fund investors, to private wealth, and we're inviting industry to join and come and be part of it. So I love to talk to you and hear how this can be attractive for you. I'll be here the rest of the day. I'll be here most of tomorrow. Come talk to me. Thank you very much. And this is it.